Hey everybody, Luke here, and before we hop into today's artist profile video, I just wanted to take a quick minute to give a huge shout out and thank you to our sponsors today, Sign Factory Glovertown. Now, Sign Factory is able to offer a wide variety of custom signage to their customers, whether that be just plain old business signage, vehicle detailing, window frosting, banners, or temporary signage. Sign Factory can absolutely provide any of that for you. So if you are ever looking to, put up a sign for your brand new business, get some window detailing done, absolutely go check out Sign Factory Glovertown. And on behalf of everybody at the Diamond House, I want to say thank you, Sign Factory, for sponsoring this video. Without your sponsor, we would not be able to make this artist profile video possible. So I once again want to say thank you, and without further ado, let's get right into the video, shall we? Why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Okay, I'm Randy Blackwood from Glovertown, a town where I spent all my life, grew up here in town. Most people know me from our business in town. We got a retail business, and I spent my life working at that really. I've been doing a lot of painting as an hobby, so it's something you enjoy and you keep doing.
So when did you originally start painting, and how did you kind of realize that painting is something that you enjoyed doing?
I was always interested in doing a bit of hard work. As I grew up in school, I always done more than my share, I guess. People said, okay, this guy, he's got an interest in art. And I did have an interest in art and I always pursued it, and painting, and then sort of got away from it as I grew up and had a young family, but got myself back into it and painting pretty regular the last 25 years or so.
Okay. So what would you say is like your strong suit? Like what style of paintings would be your go-to, kind of?
I paint mostly Newfoundland sceneries. A lot of it has to do with water. Pretty realistic paintings mostly. Then you take a change once in a while, do something a little different just for to be interested, to keep your interest in it, really. But you do commissions for people and whatever works, I guess.
Okay. Have you ever went out of your comfort zone and tried something completely different from sketches of the Bay, or have you ever done something that completely kind of was a different style and you found it difficult? Or
I try different mediums, a bit of sketching. I usually paint in water-soluble oils, which is similar to oil paints, but you use a water-based medium for mixing and cleanup, which is safer, and I enjoy using it. And I use other mediums. I do some acrylic work. I've done a little bit of watercolor, and you try different things just to see where it leads.
Okay. Did you want to take a look at some of your sketches there? Or?
We got some pictures, so I don't know if you can see them well, but it's in my work over the years. That's like I said, it's mostly Newfoundland scenery. And I do work for people like this is I did for a lady of her own as she grew up. I do a lot of sketching outdoors, so I record everything, to keep track of what I've done. So I photograph it and then write down a few details, so I know where my paintings, what I did, and where they go. What can I say? A lot of those are sketches. That's just something a little bit different there. I did at a workshop one time. This is acrylic I did with palette knives, and you try different things. A couple of little sketches I did outside. Usually I got a little paint box outside. I'll do a little 8 by 10s off local scenery. You go on site and sit down and try to do the painting in about an hour or so. So it's a bit rough, but you enjoy doing it that way. It forces you to make quick decisions, right? Some of those paintings, photographs aren't well. Like that's a sunset there, but it doesn't show well because the photograph's not good. Let me see now. That's one of the river. Most people might know that, recognize it's taken from Spencer's Bridge. That's one I did for a while in a larger piece. A lot of my paintings include water. Some people say that I do water well, and I enjoy doing it. Sketches, that's a little watercolor there.
Okay, so when did you realize that water was kind of your best aspect, or what you do best, kind of?
I don't know, as you do it, I suppose you realise that it turns out the way you want it to most times. And you're doing sceneries, most sceneries will have a bit of water into them, so sometimes you'll take advantage of that and to make the painting work or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still painting, correct?
Oh yes, yeah.
So doing commissions or?
Do commissions, yeah. Anybody wants a painting done for home or anything that's of importance to them, we can give it a go.
Okay. Is there anything that you're like kind of not willing to try, or like if for commission based now, is there like do you kind of only like do certain types of paintings or?
Well, I haven't done too much in portraits. Portraits are almost an art in itself, because to do a good portrait you need to spend time with a person, get to know the character. To paint a portrait from a photo is not really the thing to do. So I have done portraits, but it's not my strong point, I would say.
Okay.
Okay.
So kind of landscapes is your comfort zone to say.
I usually do mostly local artwork, anything local. I paint from photographs quite often. That's just a matter of convenience, because to get a good painting, you should really work on site from the actual site. Look at it, but that's not convenient most times. If you're working or this sort of thing, you'll find that you want to paint after hours or in the evenings, this sort of thing. So you end up painting from photographs, and then you're limited to the photograph. If the photograph is not good, or if the lights and darks in the photograph is not proper, you don't see all the details in that. So you're limited to the photograph, and you gotta improvise. Because it's nice to get outside and paint on site. I enjoy that mostly. But when I do, I usually paint small, quick sketches. Right.
Okay, so going back to the photographs, have you ever like had to paint from a photograph that was kind of horrible, like you couldn't exactly paint, or you had to take out elements that were in that photograph for clients?
Well, yeah, you have to edit the photograph. Most photographs, like if someone asked me to do a picture of their home, you might have cable wires and things going across. They don't want to see the actual details. They want to, in their mind's eye, they know their home, and they know what they like about it. So you edit the picture, and you might move things around a little bit to give it better composition or whatever. Any painting, you'd have to do that. So with a painting, you can make it the way you want it. With a camera, you're stuck with what's there, and it might not be a good composition. That's how you can do with it. But with a painting, it's yours. You can do what you want.
Exactly. So have you ever had trouble with that, kind of like having to take out an element and adding in something that the people who have hired you for commissions wanted, or?
Well, when you move things around or you add something, you always got to be sure that you've got the perspective right, the size right. You're always saying, okay, is that just in the right spot? Or you paint a ship on the ocean, but that size of that ship to you, it depends on how close it is, right? You can put that on the ship on the horizon far away, and it looks like a big ship, but so you got to get it just in the right spot for the size of it, or it just doesn't look right.
Okay. Well, thanks for your time, Randy. I appreciate it, and it was a pleasure having you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.